Hi guys, in this video we're gonna learn about how to use all types of commands in 2D sketches, and along with that we're gonna learn about how to use keyboard and mouse shortcuts to control 2D sketches and 3D models in Creo Parametric. So let's begin. So first of all, we need to go to the new button. Just select new button, and the type should be the part and the subtype should be solid, and I'm using the default file name. Then click OK. Now this is a 3D working environment. You can see 3D commands given over here, and first of all we need to create some sketches. We have to be very comfortable in using all the 2D sketches in order to create 3D. We can select any of these planes to create some sketches. For now, I'm gonna select the top plane. You can select these planes from here as well. Just select the plane and you get these kind of options, and you have to select this option which says sketch. Just click on sketch and you can see it is now in the sketch mode. Now we are in the sketch mode, but you can see the plane is not normal to our screen. So to make it normal to the screen, we have two options on the screen. One is in the view toolbar. You can see here we can select a sketch view, and we can select a sketch view from here as well. So you can choose either of them. Just select it and you can see the plane is now normal to your screen. So for now we don't want to see the representation of these planes on our screen, so we can hide them. Just select these planes by pressing and hold Ctrl and select all the planes. Right click on the plane and select hide. Now all the planes are hidden and we can start working. So to create these sketches, we have to concentrate on this area of the ribbon which says sketching. So these are all the commands which we are going to learn about how to use these commands. So here the first command is line, and here you can see on every command and there is a drop down arrow, and when we select on this we get more options. So the first command is line chain. So when we select this command and when we select on the screen any 2 points, any 3-4 points, wherever you click, it forms a line segment and it forms a chained line. So wherever you click, it will form a line segment. So here you can see our sketch is now complete, but we haven't exited the command. So to exit the command, press the escape key. When we press escape a single time, it only escapes from the current operation. So we are still in the line command, and when I select some points on the screen, you can see line segments are creating, and when I press escapes, it leaves the current operation. So to exit the command completely, we need to press escape button again, and now we can see the line command is disabled now. There is one more thing in Creo Parametric. Here you can see these automatic dimensions. Whenever you exit any command, you'll have these automatic dimension. You can use these temporary dimensions to become the permanent dimensions, and we will study about these kind of dimensions in our next video. So for now we don't need these kind of dimensions over here, so I'm gonna hide these dimensions. So go to your view toolbar and go to the sketch display filters and just turn off the dimension display. I'm going to hide the constraint display as well. So now our screen is clear. The next thing is we can select line tangent. So line tangent makes the tangent to some circle or arc. So just select a circle first. So to create a circle, just click on the circle command. Place a center on the screen and just leave your mouse button and click on any point over here and the circle is formed. Just like any other software like AutoCAD, CATIA and SolidWorks, you can form these kind of circles anywhere. And of course you can later dimension these circles to give radius and make them constrained. Let's see how line tangent works. Just select line tangent, and when we click on a circle and we click on another circle, here we can see a tangent line is formed which is tangent to both of these circles. Let's see this again. If we want to create a tangent on here and this circle, we can also form these tangent line in a crossing manner. Just select this and it will form like this. So this is very easy in forming these kind of tangent lines. Now here I want to tell you one more thing. If you want to move your sketch relative to your screen, you just press shift and hold the shift and hold the middle mouse button of your mouse and drag your mouse towards anywhere you want to move the sketch. Then release the shift and middle mouse button and your sketch will be moved. So this movement is just a movement on your screen. It has nothing to do with the origin of the Creo Parametric. Now let's get to our next command, which is rectangle. So we have different kind of rectangles. Let's say corner rectangle. It is very common kind of rectangle. You can find this command in any design software. It is just a corner to corner rectangle. So if you want to create a rectangle at a certain angle, just select slanted rectangle and just use these 3 points and you can create a slanted rectangle. The next command is center rectangle. Obviously it's formed from the center. Just select the center and just move your mouse, then click on the screen and you will form the rectangle from the center. And the next and the last in this rectangle section, we have a parallelogram. So if you want to create a parallelogram, just create a line. Then you can give angle or position wherever you want to place it. Just click on here. Now the next thing is circle. We have already created it over here, and let's see what's inside it. So we have concentric circle. So if we want to create a concentric circle, let's go back to this circle, and if we want to create a concentric circle, just select it and move your mouse, then click on any point and you will create concentric circles. So when you move your mouse again and again, you can create concentric circles unless you select escape key and press the escape key again to exit the command. Now here you can see we have some concentric circles over here. Now here is one more view control button given over here on this view toolbar. The first button is refit. So if you want to fit all the sketches in your current screen, just click on this button refit and all the sketch will be in one place in just one click. So whenever you want to zoom in on a sketch, let's say I want to zoom in to this sketch, just select this sketch and you'll get a window over here, and you can see a small option given over here with the pointer and a magnifying glass. Just click on it and it will zoom only to that sketch. Just fit it to the window and I'm gonna zoom it over here. Now the next command is 3-point circle. So if you want to create a circle with the using 3 points, just select first, second and third point. So these point could be any point, the point in a free space or some vertices. You can select the vertices as well. Let's say this vertices and this vertex, and just select this point. So we have a circle over here with these command. Now the next command is 3 tangent. So to do that, I'm gonna create two more circles over here, like this and this one, like this, and I'm going to move it over here and just select 3 tangent and keep selecting these circles, first, second and third, and you'll get a tritangent circle which is tangent to all the 3 circles. The next command is arc. So we have different type of arcs. So we have 3-point arc. So for a 3-point arc, just select first, second and third point wherever you want to put it. Just click on here. The next command is center and end. So we have to give the center first, and we have to give the start point and the end point. So the next command is 3 tangents. So when we have, it is just similar to the tritangent circle like this one. The only difference is it is an arc. So select this circle and this circle, and the third one is this circle, and you'll have a tritangent kind of arc over here. The next command is concentric. So if we want to create some concentric arcs, just select this arc and just give the start point and the end point, and you can do it multiple times like this one, and every time it will form a concentric arc over here which have the same center. Now the next command in the arc is conic. So if you want to create a conic, then we have here, we have 2 lines. Just select this line and this line, and wherever you want to give the focus, just select the point and the conic will be formed over here. Now our next command is ellipse. So we have 2 commands in this ellipse. We have axis and ellipse, and then the center axis ellipse. So let's start with the first one, which says axis ends ellipse. Just select this, and in this command we have to create a axis first, then some major or minor axis, depends on your requirement. And we have one more command of ellipse which says center and axis ellipse. So the only difference is that here we have to give the center, and in this one we have to create the endpoints of the axis. So when we select the center, it will form from the center like the midpoint line, and we can form the ellipse from here as well. Now the next command is spline. So in this area I'm gonna create a spline. So spline is a freehand curve passing through a number of points. So a spline can be of any shape like this one, and when we press escape, we exit from the command. Now the next thing is fillets. So if we want to round these corners of the rectangle, just select a fillet. So we have a different type of fillets over here. Let's start with the circular. Just select the circular and select these 2 lines, and we have this perfectly circular fillet over here. Let's say if we want to create the fillet in a different manner, let's say circular trim. So what circular trim does is it trims out these lines which you can see over here. So when we select these lines by using this command, we can see the lines which were extended in this one is not here anymore. So the next command is elliptical. So if we want to create some elliptical kind of fillet on this rectangle, you can see it forms like a ellipse over here. These are the axis, and this is a 1/4 of an ellipse, so it is not circular. The next thing is similar to the previous one, and like this one we have trimmed out the extended lines. The same thing is given over here, says elliptical trim. So when we create this elliptical trim, it trims out the extended lines from this rectangle. Now the next command is chamfer. When we want to create some chamfer on the rectangles, just select this two lines and we have this chamfer over here. And if we want to trim out the extension lines, we can select this command of chamfer trim. Now we don't have any extended lines. The next command is text. So if you want to write a text on the screen or any 3D model, so just select this text, and in Creo Parametric you have to create the line from bottom to top to create the sketch in a right orientation. So we have to write the text along with this orientation. So just type the text over here. Let's say I'm going to type in caps, and we can also load some different parameters from this option, and for this time I'm going with the default ones, so I'm not using any type of annotation symbols and all. So we can change the alignment of this text. Let's say horizontal, it is left, we can move it to the center, and this all arrangement you can see it is changing with respect to this line. Now the line is at the center when we talk about the horizontal relation with this text, and in the vertical we can also move it to the middle. So you can see this point is in the middle now, and we can change this representation wherever you want, like this one. So we can also change the aspect ratio of this text which we have created. We can change the slant angle, we can change the spacing between the words. So either we can select place along the curve, or we can select kerning. So you can use these terms according to your requirement. So that's how we can write the text in 2D sketches. We will learn more about it when we convert them into a 3D part. Now the next command is offset. Just select offset, and whenever we select these kind of commands, we get a small window in Creo Parametric which says single, chain and loop. So let's see one by one what is this option. So when we select a line segment over here, it says offset distance. So if you want to offset the sketch in this direction, you have to give the distance and press enter, and you can see at the distance of 30 we have a line. So now what if we want this line in this direction? So just click on this line and give the same distance in the negative direction. Give the negative distance and press enter, and you will see the offset is now on this side. Now I'm going to clear it out. Just select and delete. So now what if we want to offset 2 or more lines in this rectangle? So select the offset command, and when we select this single line, we cannot select another line. It is just asking for the distance. So I'm gonna cancel it. We have the next option given over here which says chain, and when we select chain, we can select multiple lines one by one, and when we select 2 lines, Creo Parametric gives us one more window, and here we can select the next and previous one, or we can quit from here, and we can select accept to accept these 2 lines and move to the next step. So click on accept, and I want to offset these 2 lines on this direction outside. So I'm gonna give negative distance because the arrow is pointing towards inside. So I'm gonna select -60 and press enter. Now here you can see it is a complete line segment of 2 lines even over here, and we have selected it by using this chain option. Now the next thing is, what if we want to select this whole rectangle in one go? Just select this third option, loop, and select this rectangles, any one segment over here, and give the distance as 30 and press enter. And here you can see we have formed a smaller rectangle which is offset of the main rectangle, the outside rectangle. We have formed the sketch in one go. So that's how the offset edges commands work. So now our next command is thicken. Let's go to thicken, and here we can see we have the similar kind of window. So we have a single line over here, so the thicken edge will be single. And if we want to use any end caps, so we can use these kind of end caps over here. So let's go with the open first. So select this line, and when I select this line, it is asking for the thickness. So let's say I'm gonna give the thickness as 20 and click OK. And now it is asking for the offset in the direction of the arrow. So I'm gonna create that newly formed object on this direction. So I'm gonna give it in positive direction. I'm gonna give offset as 60 and press OK. Now we have a object of the thickness we have provided, and the offset from the original is given over here. Now let's do it again with a different property. Just select thicken, and this time I'm gonna select end caps as flat. So just select this line, and I'm gonna give the thickness as 20 again, and I'm gonna provide the distance as 60. Now click OK, and here you can see the newly formed object over here has thickness of 20 and the distance with this line is 60. Now here you can see what Creo Parametric is doing with this thicken command is it is forming a new object with reference to this original object here. Let's do the same thing with the end cap with round ends, and this time I'm going with circular. Just select circular and select this line and give the thickness as 20, and I'm gonna give offset distance as 50 and press enter and close this window, and now you have this kind of slot over here. Now the next command is center line. So if we want to create a center line is the infinite line. We can form it horizontal or vertical. We can create it in any angle. We can give this angle by using dimensions. So these center lines don't take part in the 3D sketch environment. So although they can be used as a axis for the rotation command, but they do not form any 3D model. They are used only for the axis purpose, and you cannot create any 3D shape with using this kind of center lines. We have one more command in this. We can create a center line tangent. So if we want to create a tangent with this center line, you can see we have created the center line over here. So the difference between this line and this center line tangent is this. You can see visually we have this finite lines and this center line is infinite, and also it is kind of dashed. So these are the construction lines in the 2D sketches. So the next command is point. So if we want to create some points on the screen to create any 2D sketch, we can select these points, and later we can use some line segments to join these points and create a meaningful sketch. We can also create these points by using coordinates. We can dimension them and we can place them wherever we want to The next command is coordinate system. So we can have our different coordinate system. You can already see we have a coordinate system of the Creo Parametric. We have origin of the Creo Parametric, but we can use the user coordinate system also wherever you want to create this. And we can use these coordinate systems to create any object with reference to these user defined origins. The last and very important command given in the Creo Parametric is palette. So if you want to create some predefined sketches, predefined geometries, you can select it from here. We have different polygons, we have different profiles, we have different shapes and stars. So if you want to, let's say if you want to create a C profile, just select this, hold your left mouse button, drag and drop it on your screen. Here you can see some parameters are given over here. We can rotate it, we can maximize the size of this object, we can scale it, and we can also change the position of this object. So this is the thing which makes very easy for us to create these kind of objects without any effort, and we can dimension them from here as well. Just click on OK and we have a nice profile of the C section on our screen. So now that we have learned about all the 2D sketches, commands in Creo Parametric, if you have any queries, just comment down below. We'll be learning about dimensioning commands in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell notification icon to get all the latest update from the third axis. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.